by thanking the Texeras and the Jubries. Thank you for having us today. This was gorgeous, lovely. Thank you for setting up. Round of applause, everybody. And then I will also start with another side note. This speech is being sponsored by Match.com. So everybody, if you see pictures, video, look nice, look pretty. Eric Madison especially. If you guys can look really nice, if I get you on a commercial, big bonus. Big old bonus. So thank you. So obviously when Eric asked me to be his best man, I was very happy, very honored to do that. And of course, the first thing you think of immediately after being happy and being iced, of course, which is the first thing that happens. You immediately think about the speech and how nervous you're going to be and what you're going to say. And so, you know, I'm every time I'm talking to him about what type of wedding it's going to be, how many people are going to be here, I'm selfishly only thinking about how many people am I going to have to speak in front of. Do not care at all about their happiness and how many people they actually want there. So we all understand it's going to be July 1st, 2017. I'm like, all right, I got some time. I'll think about this. And then what seemed like 2 weeks ago, I get a text message saying, oh, hey, you know that wedding that we're going to be doing in July of 2017? It's going to be in 2 weeks. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for checking my schedule. I loved how you asked me. I'm like, well, I think I have to be. So, but yeah, so obviously it got rushed a lot quicker than I thought.
I'm not pregnant.
Oh. We're happy. But once again, selfishly, all I cared about and thought was, all right, it's going to be a small wedding. I have to talk to a few people, and it's great. So I thought it was going to be really easy. But I realized quickly when I was putting this speech together that it is not. Because when you go to your typical or your larger wedding, you've got, you know, your different pockets of groups. So you got your new friends, your old friends, high school, college, co-workers, near family, far family, and like the best man just gets to tell one story to each of those groups. Then you got a 10-15 minute speech, you're done, boom, drink, love it. And I saw the guest list for here and I'm like, oh shit. This is like the closest of the closest. This is like absolutely the most special people in both of these two's lives. So any story I'm gonna say, you guys have already heard, or you know, you've lived through it. And anything that I can say, you probably all know 10 times what I do because you've either lived with them forever or you've been with them forever. So I'm like, all right, material is out the window for this good one. And seriously, I'm looking at that guest list and I was like, I'm happy I'm even here. Like, how did I get invited to this thing? So. It made me think of this ongoing joke that me and Eric have, or I guess I really should say I have. Eric hates it. Madison loves it though, so I keep telling it. And so, like back, you know, when we're hanging out with friends or out at the bar, obviously you talk about stories and reminisce. Well, Lime Bar. If you haven't known,
The only bar.
if you never heard of Lime Bar, you guys should go. It's fun.
We're going later.
And so. You tell these stories and you reminisce, and especially when Eric gets into high school stories. He'll get in the middle of his story, and then he'll like look at me for validation or like, oh, you remember when that? And I look at him and I'm like, Eric, buddy, you were way too cool for me in high school. So we were not friends, so I don't know this story or anything that's involved. And I even take it one step further and I go, I'm so happy now, after knowing you for 20 years, that you finally let me into your inner circle. So, like, it's great. It's great. And I will say, buddy, now that you've blessed me with this honor, I think we can put that to rest.
Thank you.
So,
you want to go throw up the donuts?
Oh, God.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, we should have put tape up over there.
Something.
That's bad news.
Soft line there.
So, but honestly, I was thinking about the speech, and that joke that I tell all the time, obviously it is so far from the truth. I was thinking about it and thinking about all the stories and all the memories, and Eric has absolutely been the longest and best friend I've ever had in my life. I mean, it's very rare to have a friend for 20 plus years. You know, back from when I was 10 years old, moved up here from Florida, and hockey. We had that magical sport of hockey to bring us together, and it still plays a huge role today. But you know, through youth and high school and just being friends, being on the same teams and everything, it's been great. And the thing that I was thinking about was, why has Eric been able to, why have I been able to hold on to Eric all this time? I mean, through youth, through high school, through college, you have best friends, you have friends, and I know for me, maybe for a lot of you guys, you rarely talk to them now, or they've gone and disappeared, but Eric has stayed constant. And I realized quickly that there's a couple reasons why that's happened. First one is, and I think a lot of you here can attest to this, that Eric is just, he's the guy. You know, he is, no matter,
Not wrong.
no matter what the situation is, you want him there. He is the most dependable person. He's caring, he's sweet, he thinks he's the funniest. He's not always. He does think he's the funniest. And plain and simple, he's just the life of the party. And I mean, it's evident on some of the relationships that you have here. I mean, Dennis, you raised the kid, you lived with him for 24 years, and
Then
now
he came back.
And,
And he brought friends.
Correct. You didn't know you were signing up for that. But today, you have him working right beside you, because you know when you want to make a profit, when you want to be successful, you got Eric there, because you know that he is the guy, right? He knows those 5 screws that he has to sell. It's crazy. It's front and back, buddy. 3/4 inch. That's your thing.
316 stands, big money.
And Dan, next month when you're standing up there and it's the most important day in Claire's life, who do you want next to you? You're gonna have Eric, because simply put, I mean, Eric is just, he's the guy. You want him there in every situation, and again, I'm sure all of you have that situation that you know you want Eric there for. Second reason, and I know I just gave you a big head there, buddy, bigger than that list, but I'm going to take you down a peg or two here. I know that you need me. In high school, you needed me to be your chauffeur. I brought you to and from lacrosse practice.
Car, yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Until he put it in the woods.
Well, I parked it in the woods. I parked it in the woods.
You can see.
But, and then more recently, I am definitely your drunk group text and Snapchat or Facebook filter. Sometimes you get smart enough to exactly. He thinks he's the funniest guy, of course, let me think. And he puts this material together, and luckily he will send it to me first. Let me judge Matt's reaction to this before I send it out to the world. So you're welcome for that. Canal. And Madison will appreciate this one. The most important reason why you need me, buddy, is if you've ever been around Eric when he's telling a story, he loves to start like 15 minutes into the story.
He gets it from his father.
Well, Dennis, thank you for this. Thank you for this. I got your back.
Remember that time we were talking about that thing that was cool? Yeah.
So he forgets like there's who, what, where, when, why. And like doesn't tell you who's involved in this story, when it is. So I calmly come in, I pause the story, I say, guys, let me bring you up to speed. Here are the first 15 minutes of the story. And then I give it back over to you. So, and Madison, thank you. I know that you step in when I'm not here for that, so you're awesome. But third and finally, and most important as to why I know my relationship or my friendship with Eric has lasted as long, and it is the one story maybe that I can tell that a lot of you probably do know about, but you don't know nearly as close as I do. But when we lived in Canal Place, it was amazing. We had the 3 of us moving in together. Madison used to call it her actual college days. She never had to live in a dorm. So we're loving it. We're having a lot of fun. A lot of you came over and visited and had fun with us. But I ended up really quickly going into absolutely the worst year of my life with losing my fiance and going through all that horrible nonsense that went on with that.
I started playing golf.
That's a good outcome of that. But obviously, with friends and family, you know,
Ashley, she's the best.
I got support for it, and you know, you got the normal how you doing and checking up. But Eric and Madison and Chrissy, you too. But you decided to move like 2 months into it and leave me again. So
We don't like crying.
exactly. So, but Eric and Madison, it was unbelievable how they just completely put aside their feelings, their happiness, their comfort, everything, to make sure that I got through that time. Because it was, like I said, it was the worst year of my life. And for the first 5 months, I spent at least 5 days a week at their place, just sitting on the couch, watching TV.
Sold that.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
Because they knew that I needed They knew that I needed to just be distracted. And so they helped me through that time, which was unbelievable.
Fireball.
We did have a lot of fun. I mean, I know you guys I'm a great person too. I'm a great person too, so you had some fun with it. But it was just unbelievable how they put that aside and did what they needed to make me happy. And then once I kind of got over that rut, once I was ready to get back out there, you would think normal people would say, all right, we've seen you for 5 months, get on out there, have fun. But no, they continue to be right by my side and talk me up in front of friends.
Like, here's our friend Ashley.
Exactly. We're getting Madison, you're ruining it.
Best man. You had your moment. It's over.
They even set me up with a Match.com profile. Worked for them. And then finally, most importantly, yes, because of their tireless efforts and how much they cared about me, they introduced me to Ashley, and it's been amazing since then.
I love
Ashley is the greatest, and I have completely come full circle from that horrible year to now being a million times happier in a much better place. And I can absolutely say that more than 80% of that is because of Eric and Madison. And I see that these two, the greatest thing about both of them is what they gave to me is exactly what they give to each other. And I know that all they care about is one another. It is not how happy I am, it's how happy the other person is. And they're going to continue to do that for the rest of their life. And you two are incredibly lucky. I'm lucky to have you as friends. You're both my best friends.
Don't cry.
Love you both. Let's raise a glass.
Cheers.
Lovely couple. Cheers.
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 All right.
Cheers.
Good job, man.